Hey there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. And this is a paid request for Steven. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thought streams, commentaries, tier lists, rankings, video game playthroughs, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly on my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. Could be any movie review, re-review, topic, tier list, gameplay video, live stream, random thoughts, movie news, topic, whatever. Feel free. Then Cash App, PayPal's the best way to do it. Either way is fine. And once again, thank you, Steven. You've always been very patient, very kind. Thank you so much. Now, this is for S. Darko. And the reason you see a little bit of brighter is to get some of the people involved with this. This is a sequel to Donnie Darko that no one asked for. It's directed by Chris Fisher, who directed films like Night Stalker, which is a 2002 movie about Richard Ramirez, directed a video film. He did a film called Dirty with Cuba Gooding Jr. He did another based on a serial killer film called Rampage, The Hillside Strangler Murders. After this, he did Street Teens 2, Motor City. Why the hell there's a sequel to that, I don't know. I like the first Street Teens, but this was a direct-to-video film that had Ray Liotta in it. And the last film he directed looks like it's Meeting Evil with Sam Jackson and Luke Wilson, which I do remember seeing that film, and that film was terrible. And now he does TV work. He did episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Also, he did episodes of The Equalizer. Remember when they brought... Do you remember that when they brought back The Equalizer and Queen Latifah was the star? All five of you that remember that? Although somehow it got 5 seasons. 74 episodes. So, there you go. Guess 1 or 2 people at least saw it. Now, the film starred Daveigh Chase. Sadly, she passed away about... this recording 2 months ago. She was Donnie Darko's little sister in the first Donnie Darko. She comes back to play the same character, only this time it's years later. She's a bit grown up in her teens. She voiced Lilo in the original Lilo and Stitch. She was Samara in the remake of The Ring with Naomi Watts. Sadly, again, she passed away about 2 months ago. She was only in her mid-30s. So she plays Samantha, or the S in this. You also have Briana Evigan, which I guess she was in some Step Up sequels, that plays her friend Corey. The only other people are recognized in the film: Matthew Davis as the pastor. I think he was in some Uwe Boll films. Blood Rain. So in that one film. He was in the film I like called Below. John Hawkes. He plays a hotel manager. He was the guy at the beginning from Dusk Till Dawn who had the gas station. And then you have that big shootout between him versus George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino, and that big gas station opening. So he played the worker, the owner. That's John Hawkes. Elizabeth Berkley, yes, from Saved by the Bell. She was also, of course, the star of Showgirls. And of course, Saved by the Bell, she played the character of Jessie Spano. She's in this, but pretty inconsequential character. I thought they were leading something more to her, with her. And if there was supposed to be something deeper with her character, I missed it. There's a certain subplot in this that I don't get. I don't know if she's involved with it or not. So, bear with me on that. The reason I'm fumbling through that for 4 or 5 minutes is because there ain't nothing else to talk about with this damn movie. This movie's boring as shit. This is such a useless, pointless filler of a sequel. The first film had an ending. There was no continuation. The time loop was closed. Donnie Darko did his mission, which involved him dying. Spoiler alert for Donnie Darko. And I like Donnie Darko. I mean, I understand a chunk of it is still somewhat confusing, but it's interesting. It's interesting. I think the way Richard Kelly, I think that's the director's name, he filmed it. It was an intriguing story. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal did a good job. Yeah, people like Patrick Swayze and others. I think Drew Barrymore. Yeah, Drew Barrymore. Intriguing cast. Nice usage of music. Mad World. I remember that song being used. Mad World. I just see a vision. Whether you like or dislike the film, I just see a vision for the story. Sadly, number one, that director never did a film worth a shit after that, because Southland Tales was awful, and I don't remember what the hell he did after. And this, I mean, if you want to call it a cash-in, but Donnie Darko wasn't a hit. I guess it rented enough VHS tapes or whatever the hell that they're like, okay, let's make another. And the director who wrote the film as well, he had nothing to do with this. He had no input. I don't even think he's seen it to this day, which I don't blame him. Hey, Richard, there ain't nothing here to watch, so you're not missing much. Chat shiz what you're missing. So it's 7 years after the first one. The little girl's grown up. She's with her buddy Corey, and the two ladies are going on a road trip to be either dancers or strippers. Trying to tell which one. But one thing leads to another. Their car screws up. They meet this bad boy, local bad boy, character named Randy. They stay at this motel run by John Hawkes, again the guy from the beginning of From Dusk Till Dawn. And then Samantha starts experiencing weird hallucinations. Pretty much, if you remember the first Donnie Darko, you had Frank the Rabbit, who, what they call the Waiting Dead, or the Waiting... I can't remember all the terms. But it was a character that died so he could be the guy, the figure that will give messages to Donnie Darko. Well, Samantha's playing that. So a dead version of herself will give messages to this one guy who I guess was a former veteran. He's a veteran former soldier named Iraq Jack. Telling... dead body form of her telling him to get the fuck off this windmill that gets destroyed by this meteorite. And then she at times will wake up and not remember what the hell happened. But you have a main character that never really gets the gist of what's going on, what's happening. Because she's either being possessed, or how the hell you want to put it, controlled, however the hell, and passing out and waking up. Not even with any fucking Folgers in her cup, just waking up. And a whole lot of nothing happens. She's with her buddy at a diner, and there's this DT guy named Jeremy who didn't talk in class today. There's this pastor, I guess because, hey, the religious guy, Patrick Swayze, you find out his character was a creepazoid. This pastor's a creepazoid that tries to put the moves on Samantha while they're at a movie theater. Elizabeth Berkley, she's in 3 scenes. She really, really loves Jesus and talks to the lead girl about Jesus. There's a bit where she's talking to the pastor, and the pastor's like, oh no, I didn't do anything. Oh yes, of course she was corrupting you, right? So I think it was just those 2 scenes. Then at the very end where people kind of, after everything's been done. Again, I guess they felt, well, Patrick Swayze had a small role. Row your boat. Or roll. Not row. Roll. Jesus, I'm tired. Movie made me fucking tired. S just stand for Sleepy Darko or just Shitty Darko. It doesn't have a concrete vision because the director writer of the first one is probably the only one that could concretely tell you what the in and outs of this universe can and should and could happen and the way this works 100%. Number two, the characters are not that engaging. They're not that interesting. No disrespect to the lead. She was not leading material in this case. She worked well as a voice in Lilo and Stitch. She worked well as a small supporting character as the kid in the first Donnie Darko. But leading, no. I don't think she had the presence. I don't think she had the commanding fortitude of being a lead. And maybe that's not her fault. Maybe it's the way the fucking writer, director of Street Teens 2. Because Meeting Evil wasn't that great of a movie either that he did. Maybe it's the director not giving her what she needs to work with. That could very well be the case. Sometimes actors are slaves to their director. Natalie Portman can be a pretty good actress. You watching those Star Wars prequels, it doesn't show. Does George Lucas, however you want to feel about him, he's not a good actor-director. He never has been. People in the original Star Wars worked because Harrison Ford just had that charm to him, among other stuff. And the other characters don't really have a whole lot going for them. And either their stuff happens that will remind you of the first and just make you go, why don't I just watch the first again? And maybe the idea of you're seeing it from the other side, because this Iraq Jack guy, he's the Donnie Darko of this story. He's the one that's being led, controlled to do all these things, but you barely get to know him as a character. He just pops every once in a while to listen to the possessed, or however you want to call it, Samantha Darko, tell him to do this. You'll go burn this church down. Well, something got burnt down in the first movie, so you better burn something down in this movie. But it didn't really understand the reasons why certain things happened in the first movie. For example, there's a bit where Samantha is talking to that bad boy during this party, and there'll be sketches of Frank the bunny. And she shows them to that Iraq Jack guy later on. Why the fuck are those sketches there in the first place? Sketchers, yeah. Why are those sketches there in the first place? Because at the end of the first movie, the loop was closed. Those days had not happened. That means Donnie would not have drawn those figures because it hasn't happened yet. Because by the end of Donnie Darko, we're at the beginning. Because the loop has been closed. We're at the beginning. We're at the start of things. So he didn't draw the shit. It's not there. So how is she don't have drawings for something that's not supposed to exist? And then she wants him to build and wear this fucking bunny hat. Why? I'll get to that later. I guess it's for one thing, which is a bit sketchy and dodgy, but I don't think it was properly written or implemented. The reason I'm pausing, the awkward pause, is because when I say there's a lot of filler, it's people talking in diners, conversations that are not that intriguing, talking to the pastor about God, and then they say, "What do you think God's fart tastes like? Marshmallow Peeps?" We're talking about how God's farts taste like. Like, this is the fucking dialogue you're going with, pal? Really? Truly? Seriously? You fucking kidding me? The hell? I see this damn thing here is bothering me. I'm gonna take this thing, I'm gonna put it around my neck, I'm gonna choke this. Get that shit out of there. Saw that was annoying the piss out of me. That's why I'm pissed. Tear my own shirt off. This is fucking boring. You say this review is boring? But at least it ain't gonna be fucking 2 hours of your time. It'd be maybe 20 minutes. That's already better. Fuck this shit. Put it around my dick. Tie it. This'll be the fucking Cockring of Fury. Just like this. You don't get to come, you don't get to have fun. That's the feeling. Put a Cockring on you. I want to have fun. But you're not allowed to have fun. You're not allowed to be intrigued. You're not allowed to have an interesting story. Because this don't have an interesting fucking story. There's no other story to tell of Donnie Darko because it ended in the first movie. This is a stupid cash-in, which again is dumb, because Donnie Darko wasn't really a big cash grab to begin with. It wasn't... See my bare ass laid? And this bare ass laid is hot as fuck in Texas. And I'm getting pissed off now. He's going to burn my fucking brain. And then I'll pull out my ass and fart on it so it can cool down and put it back in my fucking brain. And then it'll cool down here. And I mean, I'm getting pissed at the film because this is such a waste of fucking time of a sequel. Son of a bitch. I'm having a hard time talking about it because nothing fucking happens. I know I bumble fuck away. Okay, rapid fire. What happens in the movie? Lead girl and buddy go on a road trip. Car breaks down. They meet the bad boy. Car gets fixed. They get a motel room. They wonder what the hell to do. The possessed, dead version of the lead girl warns Iraq Jack, get the fuck off that windmill. You gotta save the world. This meteorite falls. Some people fuck around with the meteorite. They go to the diner. Jeremy, still not in class today, talks to the two people, the two leads in the diner. They walk around town. They go to parties. One of them talks to the bad boy. Or they talk to the pastor. Wonder what God's fart tastes like. It was Marshmallow Peeps. The lead girl, sometimes her dead, possessed version of her will talk to Iraq Jack from time to time, because she's the Frank the Bunny of this. And then when she'll wake up, she'll pass out and not remember what the hell happened. Go burn this church. And yeah, I don't think they understand how the hell the first one worked. Elizabeth Berkley pops out just because. The lead girl tells Iraq Jack to make the metal bunny mask. Then there's a bit where one of the girls they're in the car with the bad boy. Samantha's like, they get in a fight, the two best friends. Samantha walks off. There's a car accident and the lead girl gets killed. About 40 minutes in. So in that's 15-20 minutes, her buddy Corey, she's sad. And she's kind of going out with Randy, but not really. And she's sad. And she's repeating, man, I wish that didn't happen. Man, I wish I could have been nicer. So then there's another dead person talking to her, but it's a little kid. This missing boy. Well, what happens is he talks to her and says, you want to have a second chance? You want to have a second chance? They do that whirlpool portal thing that always made me think of The Abyss when that alien thing, tendril water went around. That was in the first Donnie Darko. but done in cheaper effects. Just more of it's a straight to video movie. And Corey, she goes back in time. Then just all of a sudden she knows, okay, use telekinetic power and fling this car up, and then she's back in time, and then she changes fate so Samantha lives, but she decides to stay in the fucking car and not do anything, get out of the car, warn anybody, so the car crash kills her instead of Samantha. Then what happens is there's the bit in the movie theater where the pastor tries to put the moves on her, touches her thigh. The lead girl goes to a mine and finds dead bodies of little kids, and including the one that Corey saw. She talks to the Iraq Jet guy who happens... How fucking convenient is this? Iraq Jet just happens to be the fucking grandson of the person that wrote the fucking time travel book that was in the first movie. He's like this grandson. Like, how fucking convenient, of all the places, of all the worlds, of all the fucking towns, the one fucking town she went to is the goddamn town where the guy that she or her other self is talking to is the fucking grandson, and I guess that's how the book got involved, the time travel book. I guess. I'm going to say I guess a lot because I'm assuming a lot of shit. Because I don't think this film was fucking told well. Then ultimately, she goes out with the nerdy guy, Jeremy. He starts getting pissed. I guess he was messed with the meteorite and it affected him. What did you give him? Meteor shit? Like Creep Show? Meteor shit for brains. Does his brain... I swear it starts pulsing like his scanners. Is his brain going to blow up? No. He has a nerd rage. Type of rage back to the day when you're playing video games. Someone pulls your controller. Or you're in the middle of doing this big fucking level and someone shuts the system off. You lose everything. That's how pissed he gets. Pushes her. She falls and dies, but she falls on that bunny mask. I'm like, oh, so that's why I was made? So to be at this moment, this time, when she falls and she'll die? I mean, she already died. So isn't that fucking redundant? Why'd you kill her, then for Corey to do this, and then she dies, for Samantha to be alive, but then go over here, and then Samantha dies again? Couldn't you just have Samantha die one time? Why do you have to have her die 2 times? And then I don't even fully get what the fuck Iraq Jack even did. All I remember him doing is he burnt down a school. He needed materials. He was arrested because they thought he killed the kids, but he didn't. He gets out of jail, then he goes up a windmill, then he dies. I don't know what the fuck he did. Like, I didn't gather in the first Donnie Darko something about, you know, he gets powers, and like there's an act somewhere to show that he got superhuman strength, and something about doing this to move this turbine, or to move this engine of the plane, because it fell over here, wasn't supposed to. It's supposed to fall over here. Here, it looks like the meteorite fell where the fuck it was supposed to. Only this time he died, which he would have died if the Samantha had not talked to him in the first place. So I'm like, what the fuck was different? What did he do? What did he change? I don't think he moved the meteorite anywhere else. Because even... Or... No, I'm trying to think. It's like... No, okay. I'm misremembering Donnie Darko. No, it fell in the same place, but the fact is that it fell, but there's no plane. So you had a worker where a plane was going. Even I get confused with it. But I kind of understand it, but it's hard for me to explain in a coherent fashion. I can't explain this shit at all. I don't know what the fuck was the point. I don't know what the hell Iraq Jack truly did. So he's going to explain it. I'm like, thank God for explaining it, but I didn't get that in the movie because I don't think it was explained well at all. And the rest is fucking boring. And then I'm sitting there going, okay, wait. When, at the end of the film, they do the moment like they did at the end of Donnie Darko, where people try to have this look as if they remember what happened the past couple days. One of them, so they show like Elizabeth Berkley looked up here, and they show John Hawkes, the motel owner, looking over there. And then they showed the little kid in the mine with a gate with a padlock, and he can't get out. I'm like, what the fuck? Who killed that kid? Did Elizabeth Berkley do it because she was a weirdo? Because she kept talking about this bracelet? Did I see a bracelet there, but I didn't fucking realize it? But probably not. If the movie told me who the fuck killed those kids, then I'm too stupid to understand, or the movie's too fucking piss bored to tell me. And then at the end, it's just Samantha, I'm gonna go home. Why? Just because. Now she wants to go home. And Corey's going to stay with, I guess, the Randy guy. Okay. Like, I don't think the shit was earned. Was like an hour of this movie cut out? Is that what happened? Did a whole fucking hour of this movie get cut out? That would explain a lot of this shit? Or no? So yeah. Unneeded, useless, pointless, filler sequel that has a cheaper budget. The acting is not as good as the original. The story's not nearly as fleshed out. Well, when I say fleshed out, again, parts of Donnie Darko original is confusing, but I can understand a bit more because, like, the director, he has a handling of it. Plus, I remember hearing I think it was the director's cut where him and Kevin Smith are on the commentary. That's actually an interesting commentary. Because Kevin Smith's like, I think you're making shit up. That's actually a fun commentary. That's when Kevin Smith was worth a spit. But yeah, this one, it gets a little low rating, just like a 3.79 to be. No one talks about the sequel. A lot of people don't even know there was a sequel to Donnie Darko. I got this request, I went, oh, fuck, that's right. Because I think I saw this at the video store when I worked at a video store. That's what it was. I worked at a video store called Mr. Movies. And I saw this on the shelf. And I went, they made a fucking sequel to Donnie Darko? I rented it. I watched it. And then I got bored and I flipped through it. I'm like, nah, this ain't for me. And I returned it because I could rent movies for free. Watching it, I might as well just fast forward it because I would have understood it just as much. Shit. Anyway, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. I mean, it doesn't even have an interesting array of songs utilized. Again, the effects with the bits, like there's this feather. She gets this feather. I don't even understand what the fuck the feather was about. From a TV showing the George Foreman grill. That was the best part of the movie. Seeing George Foreman. Made me want to go find his short-lived sitcom. For those who don't know, yeah, George Foreman did a sitcom. I actually want to watch that more than watch this shit. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.